This is KGW News at Sunrise.
This morning, 3 Portland police officers are on leave for shooting and killing a suspected shoplifter. What else we know about the case coming up. And thousands of people in the Portland metro area lost power during a windstorm. A look at some of the damage we saw. Plus,
I think I may have spotted a tail. It was a little bit rough and I was moving my binoculars, but I think I saw a tail.
Yeah, always so hard to determine, right? This morning on Sunrise, we are talking about whale watching. Coming up, your best chances to get a glimpse of the whales as they migrate south along the Oregon coast. Hey, happy Thursday to you. We are almost at the end of the week. Glad you're here with us. A lot to talk about weather-wise yesterday. Hopefully not as much today.
Probably a little rough to be doing the whale watching yesterday with the choppy seas and the frothy ocean. The seas should be calming down as we go into New Year's weekend. So if that is on your plan to do a little whale watching, keep that in mind, right? All right, for now, radar showing a dry scan here across the metro area. We do have some sprinkles out in the Coast Range and maybe 1 or 2 blips showing up towards the Longview area. We'll go out wider. There certainly are some showers along the South Washington and the North Oregon coast and the Coast Range. But as we put this into motion over the last 3 hours, the trend is to have that kind of backing a little farther to the north and west as these showers race off to the northeast. And what that basically means is I think for most of us, especially up and down the I-5 corridor and points east, we're going to be generally dry today. Can't rule out a sprinkle at the beach, obviously, and in the Coast Range, but most of us today generally dry. 45, last check at PDX, the breeze out of the southeast again, and the breeze will pick up later today and especially tomorrow, but not as windy this morning as it was certainly yesterday morning. Mostly cloudy right now. I've got us mostly cloudy through lunchtime with temperatures in the low 50s. We'll probably top out around 53, maybe 54 this afternoon with plenty of cloud cover in our Thursday forecast. So that's the way things look for now. We'll take you up to the mountain real quick. No new snow expected today up in the Cascades. All right, let's take you to the roads. Photojournalist Eric Patterson live behind the wheel of Drive 8 heading, let's see, which direction? He's on Grand Avenue, heading into Portland right now, and you can see he's got lots of elbow room out there, Christine. There's not a lot going on the roads. There's I-205 over the Oregon City West Lynn area coming off the Abernathy Bridge. That looks pretty good. The drive over the Glen Jackson Bridge a little busier, but so far, no crashes, no unexpected delays.
Okay, thank you, Chris. To our top story this morning, 3 Portland police officers are now on leave after investigators say they shot and killed a man yesterday afternoon near Mall 205. While police say the man was armed, as Alma McCarty reports, one big question: what exactly prompted officers to pull their guns and use deadly force?
Around 3:30 Wednesday afternoon, officers from East Precinct responded to a call about a man they say was trying to steal from the Target store at Mall 205, a suspect they say that had a record.
The information that was broadcast over the radio was that the suspect had a warrant and was a suspect in a previously reported robbery case.
And that meant additional officers, including those with the Focused Intervention Team, which focuses on gun violence, also responded.
When the officers arrived, they saw the suspect leaving the store and attempted to arrest the suspect. The suspect ran away from officers, and at a location just west of the parking lot for Mall 205, there was a confrontation between the suspect and officers. 3 officers fired their weapons, and the suspect was injured.
The exact details of that confrontation still uncertain.
After officers approached the suspect, they determined not only that he was deceased, but they found a firearm next to him.
Also unclear whether the man drew his weapon or fired shots, or if the officers involved knew the suspect had a gun when they fired.
The reason that we don't specifically say is because we are still early in our investigative process.
Investigators spent hours collecting evidence, the crime scene stretching from the mall parking lot to Southeast 96th for nearly 6 hours.
It's not lost on me that these events, take a toll.
Police Chief Bob Day, who responded to the scene, told reporters he could feel the weight of the news.
It's been a tough week for the city, tough week for the police bureau, tough week for our community. Certainly those most significantly impacted, as we're reminded of the fragility of life.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Portland police have arrested the man they say fatally stabbed another man at a Max stop on Christmas Eve. Investigators say around 6:30 Sunday night, 23-year-old Juan Francisco Orellana Gavarrete got into a fight on the platform at the Providence Park station and was stabbed. Officers found him on the Max train at the Goose Hollow stop. He died at the hospital. Police arrested 22-year-old Edel Cruz Aragon in southwest Portland on Tuesday and charged him with second-degree murder. Portland police are asking for your help to solve a deadly shooting in southeast Portland earlier this month. Around 2 p.m. on December 6th, police say someone shot 49-year-old Michael Hart near Southeast Main Street and Southeast Water Avenue in the Buckman neighborhood. Hart, who also went by the name Nomad, was dead when police arrived. He'd been camping in a tent. Investigators say they're also interested in this trailer, which was moved to an unknown location shortly after the homicide. They think the person associated with the trailer may have information. Now to the Seattle ardea, where one of 2 teens associated with the so-called Kia Boys has pleaded not guilty to 7 felony charges. 18-year-old Ardell Davis appeared in King County Court yesterday. He's charged with 5 counts of robbery in the first degree and unlawful imprisonment, tied to 5 armed robberies of convenience stores back in September. Davis's bail was kept at $500,000. Meantime, a second suspect, 18-year-old Ralphie Manuma, was also due in court yesterday but did not appear. Back in our area, take a look at some of the unexpected wild weather we got yesterday morning. We start with this crash caught on Highway 20 near Subtle Lake in Central Oregon. Several emergency vehicles were pulled over to help a car that had slid off the road in icy conditions. That's when a commercial truck slid into the back of an Oregon State Police cruiser on the left there. You can see it. And then hit an ambulance. There was a patient and 3 medics inside, but no one was hurt. The truck driver was cited for careless driving. And here in the Portland metro area, the wind knocked down trees and power lines. This is one of the worst spots we saw at Southeast 34th and Main. You can see a tree fell on a car. Power lines, too, came down, blocking the roadway. About 11,000 people lost power. One person living in Northeast Portland's Cully neighborhood says he could hear the wind howling overnight.
Honestly, it was hard to go to sleep last night because it was so windy. And our place is like right under a tree, so all the branches were just like hitting our roof. Super, super gusty. I woke up this morning when I walked outside, all of our things in the backyard were just like scattered.
So we also got these photos from viewer Kim in Vancouver. Man, look at that tree. She tells us it went through her living room. Also, 2 large canopies went flying and were destroyed. Glad everyone is okay, though. Thank you, Kim, for taking the time to send us the photos. And you know what? Things have calmed down, but the National Weather Service says there should be some choppy conditions out along the coast today. There is a high surf and sneaker wave threat, so waves are expected to run up further on beaches than normal. A good idea is to avoid the jetties, headlands, and logs on beaches. Of course, also don't turn your back to the ocean.
That's the key thing.
Yep.
Yeah, you never turn your back on the ocean. We have a lot of storm systems that have been kind of churning in the waters just offshore, big ones too.
Wow.
Responsible for some of that wind that we saw yesterday. You get a deep low offshore, high pressure onshore. The wind generally blows from high to low, and that was the scenario yesterday. That's why we had those 80+ mile-an-hour winds in the gorge. I'm not saying it's going to be as strong overnight tonight and tomorrow, but we could see another breezy east wind situation tomorrow.
Interesting.
So just a heads up on that. It has been unbelievably warm for December, right? So Portland, I just kind of looking through the numbers here as we're getting close to the end of the month. The average temperature for Portland is running nearly 4.5 degrees above the average temperature, right? Of course, we hit 67 back on December 4th, right? That is the warmest December temperature on record at PDX, which go back to 1941, right? And that's, you may recall, that was the warmest temperature ever recorded from mid-November through mid-February at PDX. So that was remarkable. Portland averages 160-degree day every December. That's skewed a little bit because half of the Decembers on record actually have not hit 60. We've had 3 this year. Now, I'm not saying we're going to get there in my 7-day forecast. I don't see that. But the point is it's been very warm. And if our 7-day forecast numbers hold, you know, we're pretty good at our jobs, right? We think we're pretty good at it. We are going to close in on what may very well wind up being the warmest December on record at PDX. And as we fast forward into the new year, I wanted to give you the outlook here. This is the Climate Prediction Center's temperature probability, the outlook for January through March. So basically through the remainder of our winter. It skews towards above average temperatures here across the Northwest for the next 90 days. So there you go. El Nino kind of displaying itself here as we go over the next weeks ahead. 45 last check at PDX. That is about our average high for this time of the year, by the way. It's 43 in Aurora, 42 in Hillsborough. The big picture across the state, nobody terribly cold. Burns right now waking up to 23. Radar showing a dry scan in Portland. We've got some light showers along the South Washington and the North Oregon coast and in the Coast Range, and the progress over those over the last few hours shows that they are just kind of pushing on off to the north and east. There goes one storm system up into British Columbia. There's another one deepening and dropping south towards California, and this little piece of energy here will work its way our way overnight tonight and bring us maybe some showers later this afternoon or tonight. You can see Futurecast is not real overly suggestive of any rain, but 1 or 2 green blobs on the map certainly means the clouds will be here and at least the outside chance of a shower today. Better chance by the wee hours of tomorrow morning as the next little piece of energy rolls on through and then that clears, and I don't think we're going to see a lot of rain out of that. All right, temperature-wise, we get up to about 53 or 54 today, and we're back in the same story again, same vicinity again tomorrow. I've got spotty showers today, spotty showers tomorrow. Anything that falls will generally be pretty light. Better chance for some showers on Saturday. And then, Christine, I'm still looking forward to a dry New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and the next couple of days to start the new year.